Right, hi guys. Right, it is time-wise just gone 9 o'clock. So I'm going to do my wash up. Thank you for all the lovely comments about the dress. That was really kind of you. I love it as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. When I saw the embroidery on it, I thought, oh, just got to have it. So thank you. That was really nice. Right, I've just had a phone call from my mum, a traditional Sunday phone call. Every 7 o'clock every Sunday, my mum will phone me up. And so I was all ready for it and had a lovely chat. I told her about meeting my younger sister and asked her if she knew about the car issues, and she said yes, she was aware of what was going on. So that was really good. So my mum was in the mix as well. She knew what was going on. So should we start from the beginning today? I got up nice and early, as I always do. You know what I'm like, and I what did I do? I'm trying to think what I did. Oh, I did the first wash, didn't I? That's what I did. Very first wash I did in the morning was the towels, the duvet covers off the doggy day room, like something else as well. I can't remember, some clothing I think as well. So that was my first load, and I got that all done before Skippy got up. People keep saying to me, you keep making a mistake with the names. I do, and I put my hand up to that, and I do keep apologising to Skippy about it, but I've got Snoop, I've got Sooty, and I've got Skippy. I've got so many S's to remember, and it just rolls off the tongue. So I keep apologising, but I will keep making a mistake. Unfortunately, there's just too many S's. Anyway, Skippy eventually got up and brought down the bedding from the main bedroom, so I got all that done as well. Everything went on the line. Now they did forecast it wasn't going to be a particularly good day today, and they said there was a 20% chance that we were going to get rain, but it was going to be not first thing in the morning, it was going to be later on. Well, they were pretty good. That was pretty accurate. We did get a little bit of rain, but it was literally spit spots. We never had a torrential downpour or anything like that, just a few spit spots, enough to make you panic and get your washing in, but it didn't amount to anything. So it was a really good day. It was muggy. That's the thing that got me. With the sun would come out, it was really nice, but it was really muggy. So I went and saw Peter later on. I walked Skippy to the church from the car park, and then once she went into church, me and the boys went out for our morning walk. I met up with Skippy later on when she'd finished, and then we came home with the boys. They were all tired, including me. We did a really lovely long walk, and the sunshine was out, and I did put some videos on. So yeah, that was really nice. That got the day going really well. We had a bag show that we weren't sure if we were going to do it before I went to see Peter or afterwards, but it ended up we did it afterwards. I got this dress that I've still got on at the moment, guys. You can't see it because I've got the apron on. That was delivered yesterday, and I got pinged, but I didn't have a chance to go and pick it up yesterday. So today was the first chance I got, because it was in Sudbury, and I obviously had to go to Sudbury to pick up, to drop Skippy off and then come back. So I got that. So yeah, I got my dress, and I've been waiting for this to come for quite a while, so that's really lovely. It made a good end to my weekend, and it's a lovely dress. It's so comfortable, so I'm chuffed as nuts with that. So then we did the bag show, and that's our 5th one. I couldn't believe it was the 5th one. I had to look back to see what the last one was. I thought, oh my gosh, we've done 4 already. This will be the 5th one. It's amazing how quick the time goes, guys. So that was lovely. We got that all on. What did I do after that? I made a salad. We had a Melton mulberry pork pie that had to be eaten, so I had that with a salad. So that's gone now. The fridge is looking rather empty now. There's not a lot in there, so I've got to do a shop tomorrow. So when I come back from work tomorrow, I'll come back, get myself changed, and then I'll go out and do a fairly big shop to stock everything up again. Milk, I've just got enough milk for tomorrow, and then we'll run out after that, because I have my milky coffee and Skippy has her Weetabix. So I've got to make sure I don't have too much coffee in the morning, so she's got enough milk for Weetabix. But I will do a shop in the evening anyway. So what else can I tell you guys? I spoke to my mum, I told you about that. My mum didn't have any super interesting news. My mum and dad don't do a great deal. They do a once weekly shop, which will be Tesco's. They love Tesco's. That is their sort of their one-stop shop, and that's the only time their car ever goes out. And I think last year my dad did about 600 miles total in his car, and I did say to him, it's not really worth having a car. And he said, yes, he said, I know what you mean. He said, but it's always there if I need it. And I understand where he's coming from. So, yeah. So my mum and dad haven't done anything exciting. I did message my younger sister and thank her for pointing me to the Wickham Brook Greyhound pub that we went to. It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I told my mum all about it as well. I told her about the chandeliers in the ladies' toilets and things like that. It was such a good place to go. I'd definitely go there again. It was such a good pub, really enjoyable. I've done that before where I found a really nice pub. And the first time you go, it's absolutely brilliant. Then the next time you go, it's all right. It's not possibly because you know what to expect. And then you take friends to the same place and it doesn't come up to your expectations. Sometimes they sort of go down. There was another pub I used to go to many years ago called the Crazy Boar, and that was like that. It started off absolutely fantastic, but then the more I went there, the quality started to come down. So I hope the Greyhound doesn't go the same way. I don't think it will. It was just such a lovely pub, and it was set out of the way. It wasn't on a main road. You had to tap it into your sat nav to find it, and I googled it and I found it and I went straight to it. I knew where Wickham Brook was because I drive through Wickham Brook going to Cambridge every day. So yeah, I know exactly where that was, but I didn't know where the pub was. So that was really good. Right, so what shall I do next? I'll do my plates next, guys. I have got a little pile of things to do today because I had my breakfast. I had cheese on toast at dinner time, as did Skippy. And then I've obviously had my tea, which I had a couple of salads. So I've got quite a few plates to get through tonight. So, oh goodness, you know what tomorrow is? It's Monday. We're back to work again, guys. My weekend's gone. Oh no. Where did it go? Oh no. At least it wasn't as bad weather-wise as they predicted. So that's good. And they do, I believe, say that next week's going to improve as the week goes. So that'd be even better. Obviously next weekend I've told you I'm off to Liverpool, so I'm setting off early in the morning on Saturday, get an early start to get there in good time, and then I want to do the job, pick up all the items we've got to pick up and then come straight back. So I don't want to hang about too much, but I am taking the boys, so we will have to do stops for the boys and for food and drink and things like that. So it's going to be a really busy day, but I have got the van over, picking the van up on Friday, or should I say Skippy's picking the van up on Friday, and then we're going on the Saturday, but we have got the van for Sunday just in case we needed it for the extra day. So we've got it Friday, we pick it up Friday, we've got it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so yeah. But I hope to be back for Sunday. I hope to have at least one day at home where I can do a few normal things, relax again maybe. Don't forget we've got a bank holiday in August on the 25th, so that's something to work towards. I've got a dog walk planned with my two sisters on the 17th, which is the following weekend, and then I've got a walk planned with Rachel from Stowmarket on the 31st. So yeah, it's all booked up. My August weekends have all been pre-set for me. So at least I've got a bank holiday in the middle there to relax a little bit. So that's good. It's really good. How's that looking? It's looking good. Oh dear, guys. I am going to have my apple pies after this. It'll probably be about 9:30 by the time I finish because there's quite a bit to do. But I don't mind. It gives me the chance to stand here and talk to you guys. What else can I tell you? I haven't really been anywhere other than what I've told you. The walk this morning was absolutely epic. I didn't realise the weather was going to be as nice as it was this morning. Although I did meet a lot of dog walkers, it was all right. I got past them all and it was really good. Really good. I did meet another lady who had a beagle as well, and she was all smiles as she's walking towards me because she saw Snoopy coming towards her, and she said, "Oh," she said, "you can spot the beagles a mile off." I picked Sooty up because you know what Sooty's like. What I do is I shorten their leads so they're really close to me, but because Sooty's got grip with his 4 paws, he's pulling on his lead all the time. So the best way to cope with Sooty is to actually lift him up by his harness. And so you hold him a bit like a handbag or a suitcase. And so his legs are scooted around, but he can't go anywhere because he's just dangling there. And that's the easiest way to keep control of them. And it works so well. It makes a lot of the people coming towards you laugh when you do it. But I say to them, well, he's a bit vicious. I said, if I put him down, he's going to go for your dog. And they're quite understanding about it, but they think it's quite funny the way I pick him up. Like a suitcase. Doesn't hurt him at all, guys. It's a full harness and it supports him really well. So yeah, so it's been a really good weekend. I've really enjoyed this weekend. The meal made it. The meal on Saturday night really made it, and the chandeliers. Maybe I ought to put a chandelier in my bathroom. That was good. That was really good. I've never seen that before. I've been to some trick pubs before. I went to one that was a club, and if you went in the men's toilets, you have like stand-up urinals, and so all the fellas come in and they stand there in a line, and usually in front of you is a wall, and it might have some messages on it like "Don't drink and drive" and things like that. Well, this one that I went into had mirrors, so you stood there and you looked in the mirror. And all of a sudden, you see a woman in the mirror walking towards you. It's actually a TV. It's like a TV screen. But it looks like a mirror when you walk into the room because you can see your reflection in it. It looks just like a mirror. So you stand there looking at it, looking at your reflection, and all of a sudden, it kind of lights up and you see this woman walking towards you. And it's like she's walking towards a window. And when she gets right in front of you, she looks down and then she makes some gesture. Really good. I've only ever seen that in one place. I've never come across that other than this one place. So that was quite amusing. So yes, but the chandelier, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I did go into a pub at a place called Red Lodge, which is outside Newmarket near Mildenhall. And I went to a Australian themed pub. That was really good. And I had kangaroo steak. I don't know if you've ever had kangaroo. So I actually had a kangaroo steak. I saw it on the menu and I thought, no, it can't be. But it was a kangaroo steak. And a lot of people said to me, what did it taste like? And I said, chicken. But it doesn't. It tasted really nice. But I couldn't say that it tasted of one thing or another. It was meat. It wasn't lamb, it wasn't beef, it was a kind of in-between. It was nice, it was really enjoyable, I did enjoy it. But what got me in that pub was that everything was served on slate. So you didn't have a plate, you had a flat slate. And all your food came in bowls put around you, and you actually ate off the slate. So the slate was like your plate, but there's no edges to it. And you couldn't put gravy on there because gravy would run off the side of the slate. So you had like a gravy dip. So you used to say cut a bit of meat, have a little bit of potato, then you used to dip it in the gravy, then eat it. And it was really good. It worked really well. But I've never eaten off slate before, but it was good. I did enjoy that. And again, the toilets there were really good. Again, they were Australian themed, but nothing like the chandelier one I went in. That was a first for me to see a chandelier in a toilet, in a cubicle, not just in a toilet, in the cubicle. Yeah, good one. Right, I'm doing really well here, guys. I've just got one more bowl to do, then I've got the dishes to do, the dog's dishes and the calendar. So we're doing well tonight. And I'm going to have the apple pies. I did say to Skippy earlier, I said, are you hungry? And Skippy said, no, not really, not at the moment. I went, oh, okay. I said, well, we'll wait a little while then. But I was hungry. Come the end, I had to wait for my mum to call first. Once my mum had called, I came out and made the salad and what was the other one? The pork pie, the Melton Mulberry pork pie. I cut the pastry off. I'm not a pastry fan, guys. Never have been. and it's really thick pastry on these pork pies, and I find it really dry. So I always cut the pastry off, so I just have the innards. But it was lovely, it was really nice. Right, we're on to cheese grater and the colander. Cheese grater was used at dinner time because we had cheese on toast. That's lovely. And I've got those toasty bags. You know what? I have got a grill in my oven, but I don't tend to use it. I use the toasty bags. It's so much easier. They are absolutely brilliant. I think it was my mum and dad introduced me to toasty bags, and I bought some straight away when they told me about them, and they really do work well. But you've got to have, my toaster's got quite large slots. If you've got a toaster with narrow slots, you wouldn't get the toasty bags in with your cheese on toast inside them. So yeah, you have to have quite a big toaster. So I was fortunate in that respect that I had a big toaster anyway. Put that on there. Oh, balancing everything here. I put all my I've got some eating trays. I haven't got a table to sit at here, so when you have a meal, I put them on a tray and then go and sit in the front room on the sofa with my plate on a tray in front of me on my knees, and that's how I eat my dinner. And the trays live on top of the washing machine. That's where they've always lived. And I went to put the trays back tonight, and I pulled the trays forward so I could get them all in a nice line. And there was something on top of the washing machine. I thought, what's that? And I pulled all the trays off to have a look, and I've got a bottle of, it's called Ariel Stain Removal. It's like a additive you put in the soap drawer. And I've got a big bottle of that on the worktop, and it was leaking. I didn't realise, and the whole top of the washing machine was covered in this goo. So I ended up having to clean the washing machine off. And the bottle, I think the bottle's still got quite a lot in it because I think the bottle was full, but it's got a hole. I don't know how it got hold, but it's got a hole in the bottom. So I've had to stand it upside down, a bit like you do your tomato sauce or your sour cream bottles. So I've got it stood upside down at the moment, propped in the corner. So I'll have to try and do something with it, maybe repair it. But I don't tend to use the stain remover. I haven't up to date anyway. But maybe I ought to, just to get rid of it so it can go in the bin. But yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. Right, so that just leaves me the toasty bags. We had 2 each, so we've got 4 bags to wash. Somebody said to me they don't wash these. They said, oh no, they just put them back in the cupboard. And I thought, oh no, I wouldn't do that. I always wash them out. They're a bit of a pain to dry because being a bag, as soon as you've finished washing it, it closes up and then it won't dry out inside. But I found the best way to dry these is to open them up, a bit like a paper hat, and then stand them up like that, and they do dry nicely. She said. We've got to try and find somewhere to stand it. There you go, that's 1. I've only got 4 to do. It's all right, it won't take me long. But I loved all the comments about the dress. I really like that. When I got the dress, I knew it was going to be a little bit short because I love them just below the knee. Well, this one came to the knee, so I felt a little bit conspicuous in that I've got a knee showing. But it was the embroidery and the actual design of the dress. It just looked absolutely gorgeous. And I am so pleased I got this dress. It is such a lovely dress. Myself and Skippy were going to go out for a walk this evening, but it clouded right up. It went really dark. And then Skippy stopped mentioning going for a walk. She hasn't got her miles in today, but I've got mine in, so it doesn't really worry me in that respect. But yes, I think Skippy changed her mind, decided that maybe she didn't really want to go for a walk. So we haven't been for a walk today, but we were going to go for a walk together. Well, we might do that during the week, but we didn't do one this evening. So I did get my 10,000 steps in, but only just. I just crept in there, guys. But it's been a really good day. It'd been lovely if it had stayed nice and sunny to the end of the day, I think. Yeah. Right, there you go. And 1 more to go. Then I've just got the dog's dishes and we are done. Then I can do my apple pies. I've got Sooty on the step beside me. He's a bit like a draft excluder. He's laid right across the step, and he does that. He always does that. It's cold on the step and he gets the draft going from one room to the other. So I think he likes it there because it's It's a cool step and he gets that airflow around him. And that's why I think he does that. But he also stops Snoop from coming in the kitchen. And so Snoop will sit on one side of the step looking at him, and he ends up barking at him or growling at him to try and get him to move. But he hasn't come in yet because I haven't got the apple pies out. And we'll see what happens when I do that. One, oops. That's it. Right, just the dog's dishes to go, and we are there. Skippy did say, do you want a hand doing the washing up? I said, no. I said, I want to do a video. I said, you go and sit yourself down in the front room. And Skippy's buying, I think she's been on the internet looking at bags in America. So that's where most of the bags come from. She imports them, guys. And so I think I know she's sold some bags this evening to somebody in Edinburgh. One of my subscribers as well. So I sent her a message. So that was lovely. So she sold a couple of bags to one of our YouTubers. That's really nice. There you go. And last dish, guys, and we are done. I don't know where I'm going to balance this one though. I'm running out of space. Oh. Maybe I should have done a breakfast time wash up as well to get rid of some of this. I did do a breakfast time one, but this is all built since mid-morning dinner time when we had the cheese on toast and things like that. Right, that's it. That lot's done. I'll try balancing it. That's working. That's good. Right, we're done. Let me tip the water out and we can sort my apple pies out. This is where my boys get involved. I've still got to make my sandwiches for tomorrow. I've forgotten about that. I've got some, I think I've got some lamb. I think I've got lamb in the fridge. I'll have to double check. I know it's within date. I know I bought 2 packs. The corned beef has gone. I've already had that. But I think there was 2 packs of lamb in there. Right, there we go. Right, that's all done. Let me just wipe the sides. Right, there we go, guys. It's all done. Towel. Oh, this is great. Best time of the day. Best time of the day. I know I haven't gone through yet. Can you see the tips are going a little bit white where my nails push through? That's where it will go. But they're hanging on at the moment. The longer my nails get, the quicker I go through these gloves. Right, there you go. That's that one. Yeah. 1 and 2. You'll see Sooty in a minute. I'll move the camera so you can see Sooty sat on the step. Right, you see where Sooty is. This is what he does. He blocks the way so Snoop can't get in. Can you see him laying on that step? It's a wooden step and it's quite cool. The step itself is wood, but it's quite cool. But he gets the draft from coming through from the front room, coming through into the kitchen, because the window's open in the old shower room, so they get a lovely draft because the windows are open upstairs as well. So he loves it there. But he blocks Snoop. Snoop doesn't like it when he does that. So now if I get the dish out first, see what happens. See who moves first. Right, no movement yet, but Snoop's in the front room with Skippy. I think he's on the sofa, so he might not hear me at the moment. Oh, guys, I've got problems. I've got no apple pies. I finished them last night. Oh no, you know what this calls for? Plan 2. These are my muffins. I've got some mini muffins. I take these to work. But what I can do is I can take, here comes Snoop. Well, they can't have these because these are chocolate. So they can't have anything from this. So they've got like chocolate chunks in them. They're called mini muffins, chocolate mini muffins. It's called double chocolate mini muffins. Well, they can't have chocolate, guys, so they're not going to have any of this. You can't have this, Snoop. Sorry, fella. But at least Snoop and Sooty did move. Right. So it's a bit like having a chocolate sponge. That's all it is. So if I have 3, because they're very small, and then I'll cover those with custard, then I'll nuke them. And that would be really nice. Oops, that one's broken up. Lovely. Right, that's those done. That's it, please, guys. You can't have these. Sorry, fellas. Sorry, boys. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's perfect because that gives me enough there for tomorrow to take to work. Like I said, I've got to make my sandwiches anyway, so I'll leave those on the side. Put some custard on these and nuke them, which is that one. And I think I might actually finish this custard off because it's just about done. Right, here we go. So I'll twist it that way so you can see what I'm up to. I squeeze the box, I do make it flat packed. So being cardboard, you can just fold it in half and then squeeze all the custard out. So I'll do that to finish this one off because it's just about finished. Just enough for tonight, I think. I have got some more in there. Right, there you go, that's lovely. So that one's empty. And go in here. Right, that's on. Beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry guys, they're looking at me all forlorn. Poor boys. I hadn't forgotten you guys, I just forgot I hadn't got any apple pies. Told you I was running out of things. I should have gone shopping on the Friday night, but I didn't go shopping Friday because my younger sister came round and I sorted her car out, and then she bought us fish and chips. And what happened on Saturday? Oh, I went out for the meal on Saturday, so I couldn't go shopping on Saturday evening. And I do like evening shops because the shops are so much quieter. And then today you don't get evening shops on a Sunday because they're all shut. So it's Monday. So yeah, there it goes. So it just hasn't worked very well this week. But that's not a problem. Oh, that's better. How are we doing? Nearly there. Hold yourself please, Snoopy. Mate. Just squeeze past, guys. I just want to hang the apron up. Okay. Snoopy's checking to see if I've dropped anything. Unfortunately, I haven't. Doesn't stop him looking though. Right, here you go. I'll put a cardi on to keep my arms warm because my arms are getting cold. Here we go. 2, 1, 0. That's it, we're done. Whew. Right guys, I'm going to go in the front room, eat my mini muffins. There they are. And custard, and I shall put this video on for you guys. The next video I will be putting the boys to bed, and then I shall sign out. Right, so see you later. Bye.